Hello. You know, I'm in a difficult situation at the moment because my wife and my daughter, my youngest daughter, is still the youngest daughter is still in the house. We have three kids. My wife and my youngest daughter, they are away because they are part of a theater which is going on in Italy. And so since 2 weeks, I'm alone at home, and I tell you, it's horrible. I really hate that. And I thought it would be nice if there's more quiet in the house and all silent. But I tell you, what I find out is I have become so dependent on my dear wife. It's quite amazing to find that out. It's always interesting to see what a partner does in one's life, which you don't notice in day-to-day life. But once they are out, then you find out, oh my gosh, so much work she is doing, so much work, so much of comfort I'm getting from her. And although I don't like to be alone now, it is a very important lesson in my life. It is the lesson that if you are in a family, to look at those points which are good in the other person and to see what the other person does and to recognize and to give feedback, positive feedback, to tell the other person how much you appreciate what they're doing for you. And this probably is one of the best ingredients for a very good family life. But what is happening these days usually is that both parents, wife and husband, they're working. So everybody is very busy trying to make career, and also it's necessary because there should be sufficient money in the house, and often there are children. So you do not meet very often. You meet maybe in the morning at breakfast and quickly run out of the house to do the really important things, or eat the breakfast in the car. Same with the wife, maybe. Or if the wife is at home or the husband is at home, you don't see what the other person is doing. And that's really bad because you start losing the connection to the other person slowly. And when you lose the connection, then you can cope with it for a while quite okay. But at some point, it culminates and comes out. And COVID was such a moment. Because in COVID, all of a sudden, the situation turned around completely. All the time, we were stuck at home, in the same room, in the same house. And whatever you didn't build up before, you were missing so much in this moment. At the same time, the stress became more. Because if you don't know what the future will bring, if you don't know if the job is going to exist tomorrow, if you don't know how long you are in a lockdown, if you don't know if you get still paid the next day, the stress becomes more. And the stress is something which really affects the Navi chakra. Stress is, we know that in the Navi chakra, it's the whole stomach area, and also the bile and liver is included, and the pancreas. They're also part of this Navi elements. And when you are stressed, then of course the pancreas the spleen actually goes out of order. The spleen does not like it. The pancreas does not like it either. And the liver runs hot. If the liver runs hot, you're more likely to show aggression and to not balance yourself. And if you show aggression, then the other person you are living together with is also showing aggression. So you can imagine where it all goes. The best thing for sure is if you keep on taking care of your family life. This is a treasure that you have got. You married somebody to show positive expressions, to show your positive emotions. And when you come home, don't discuss all the problems while you eat. Eat peacefully, because the Navi chakra, which we are talking about, the Navi chakra needs peace. So if somebody comes back home, for example, the husband comes back home in the evening and he's worked the whole day, the wife, of course, might be that she was at home or that she was also busy at some work. And then a lot of emotions have been built up. Yeah. For example, there is some things in the household to be organized. Don't do that while you're eating. Never do this while you're eating. Eating is the moment when you try to calm down, when you try, the whole system in your body, the whole nerves are ready to cool down while you eat. Our whole system is built up that way. But if at that time, when you eat, especially breakfast, reading newspaper, very bad, or when in the evening you talk about the taxes and the money that you have to earn and who is going to get what money and all that, then you stress yourself and the Navi never finds peace. But your Navi needs to find peace. And if you don't find peace in the family, then you look for it somewhere else. And especially the ladies, they have a fantastic quality given by nature, to cool down, to sustain this energy center, the Navi chakra, by their cooling behavior, by their comforting behavior. The men don't have this quality so much. So there's more responsibility on the women, of course. But if the man does not respect the woman, who is, for example, in the household, who keeps the whole house in order, who keeps the children in order, if the man does not respect, then the lady becomes unsatisfied. Then she also has to go out to do career and all that. And so then the other circle starts that they don't meet very often, and so on and on. But for the Navi chakra, it is very, very important that you can give peace to each other. And by giving peace, you will enjoy the other person by exchanging, by preserving positive emotions that you have had. For example, you go somewhere, you see something nice, preserve these positive emotions, bring them back home and share them with the partner of your life, with your wife, with your husband. Share them, these positive emotions. And especially the children. The children, they are so important. They are so pure. They are much purer than we are because their life has just started. So we can learn a lot from the children. We should not spoil them, but we should give them love. We should always give all the love to our children without spoiling them. That means we can be strict. We can be strict because they should come up properly, but never beat them. Never be nasty to your children. Always respect them. Never laugh about your children because they do things sometimes in a funny manner. And if you laugh about your children, then they learn, okay, whatever I'm doing is not good enough. And then they learn I'm not good enough. And this is a belief they should not take into their lives. But the best thing, of course, to do for a proper family life is to meditate. Because once you meditate, all these negative thoughts, they just disappear into thin air. All that tension that builds up, you will find out. All of a sudden it's gone. And best, of course, is if all of them meditate. So you might not be able to make your child of 2 years meditate for a long time, but try. Try to let them sit with you, sit on your lap while you meditate. Raise their energy, raise their Kundalini energy a couple of times. And you will have such a sweet relationship with your family. Look at the good parts of your partner. Look at the good parts of your wife and husband. See what they're doing good. Don't look at all the things, what they're making different than you. They need to be different. My wife has to be different than me. It would be boring if she's exactly the same, right? So if we look at that aspect, then I'm sure we're going to have a beautiful family life. And the meditation is the most important part of it, so that we swing at the same level. It's the same vibe that everybody has. And with that vibes, with that vibrations, with that flow of awareness, which both of them are connected to the highest within yourself. And the highest within yourself and the highest within your husband or wife and the highest within the children is one and the same. It's part of one and the same. And the closer you get to this light within yourself, to the true self, the closer you get to the other one. And this makes a beautiful relationship and a beautiful family and a beautiful marriage.